Some objects look really nice with a backlight. For example, let's try this electric kettle. Okay, I created a simple camera. I'm just gonna reset the white balance to neutral and shutter speed to 20. And let's see how it looks with active shade. Okay. And here's the preview render. So we need to create some lights. First, let's start with the backlight. And create a large V-ray light right behind the kettle. And rotate it like this. Okay. Looks pretty nice. But I want to turn off the visibility of the light. So we have only the nice backlight and the reflections from it. Okay, that's fine. And let's also create a texture for it by using the gradient ramp as usual. I'm just gonna set it to box and change the colors like this. Okay. And drag and drop in the texture slot. Just to make the reflection smoother and not so aggressive. So that's a nice backlight. You can experiment with the size and position of the light. For example, if you move it further, and the backlight becomes smaller. And you have to increase the size to bring the backlight back. Okay, I'm gonna move it closer. It's a great way to show off the silhouette of your model. Okay, so now we have the backlight. Let's create a background. I'm gonna use a simple technique with extruded line. And just round off this corner here. Okay, extrude. Move out here. And flip the normals. Actually, no need to flip them. Okay, make sure it fills your render area. And I'm gonna use a black, almost completely black V-ray material for it. That's because backlights work best with dark backgrounds. So the silhouette has something behind it that is contrasting with it. So a light silhouette needs a dark background. And what I want to do is I want to select this light and exclude, actually let's just include only the kettle in the lighting. Okay. Let's hide it for now, since RT doesn't work correctly with it. So let's just turn it off. And let's create a light for the background now. Actually, let's create a spherical light. And bump up the multiplier. Okay. That looks good. And I'm gonna turn off affect speculars and affect reflections. Okay, that's nice. And finally we need a little fill light from the front. And that's gonna be a basic plane. And I want to set it to include only the kettle in the lighting and shadow casting. Okay, make sure you turn off and turn on the speculars and reflections, and you can make it visible. Right, so this is going to be the main fill light. It's much too bright at the moment. Like that. And I'm going to use a texture for it. Just going to copy this map here. Rename it so it doesn't cause any trouble. And drag and drop in my light slot. Okay, that looks nice. And you can play around with the size of the light by adjusting these values. Maybe let's make the highlight wider. And that's nice. Okay. And maybe make a copy to the right. And for this copy I'm gonna turn off the texture, reduce the multiplier, and turn off the speculars and reflections. I'm just gonna add some slight bluish light from this side. Okay, like that. And finally turn the rim light back on. And I think this should be a nice result. Let's check the production renderer. Since RT doesn't work correctly with include and exclude. and see how that looks. Okay, looks like my settings are a bit off. Okay. I think the background could be lit a bit more. So let's bump up the multiplier for the spherical light. Let's double it. Sorry. That looks nice. I'm gonna move it slightly backwards and slightly up. Okay. And I think that's a pretty nice result. Just bump up the quality and you're good to go. Yeah. Looks nice.